My name is Shayla, and today I'm here to do the try a chapter book tag for you. Please ignore my eye. I have a sty right now and it's a little bit swollen, but today is Sunday and I just finished the book I'd been reading and I'm kind of trying to decide what I want to read next. So I decided this was a good time to do this tag, and I really wanted to go over the few books I've been kind of considering lately. Most of these are actually pretty popular on BookTube, and so I finally want to see how I feel about reading the first chapter and see which one I want to read first. So the first one I have here is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This goes in phases in how popular it is on BookTube. It tends to circulate pretty often. This is the first book in the Kingkiller Chronicles, and it's one I've had for quite a while now and I've been wanting to read, but I just keep not picking it up. I don't know if it's because it's a little bit bigger or not, but this is one that I am considering picking up right now. The next book I'm considering picking up is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Now that this series is complete, I can just kind of go through, binge the series if I want to, and I have picked up this first book, and so I want to kind of see how I feel about it, because you know, I think it's kind of a love it or hate it kind of series. And I didn't mind Maggie Stiefvater's other series, their Shiver series. A lot of people didn't like that but loved this. So I have a feeling I'm probably going to end up liking it, but we'll see. Next up is a contemporary, and that is Anna and the French Kiss. I have the whole series. I have all three in the trilogy. They're all companion novels. And so I really want to pick this one up and give it a good read and a good chance, because it's about France, and I love France. I want to go to France like every other day. So the next one I'm considering is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. This is a book I've been meaning to pick up and read all summer since I've had it all summer, but I just keep not picking up. I keep picking up other things. So I want to read the first chapter and see how I feel from there. And last but not least in the consideration pile is another one I've been meaning to read for quite a while now, and that is The Readers of Broken Wheel Recommend by Katrina Bivold. I don't know how you say her name. But this is, you know, one of those books about books that I just tend to really love. So I think I'm going to start with the first chapter of this one and then move on to the others. And I will check back after I've read the first chapter of this one. Okay, so I'm back and I just read the first chapter of The Readers of Broken Wheel Recommend. And it was kind of a sad first chapter. This girl shows up from Sweden. She's been corresponding with her friend Amy, and she shows up in this small town in the middle of nowhere, Iowa, to find out that her friend has passed away, and she is now going to be staying in her dead friend's house. And so that's kind of where the first chapter leaves off. The writing is nice. It's not overly flowery, but it's nice. And it's definitely a contender right now. It really kind of grabbed me. So the next one I'm going to test out is The Raven Boys. Okay, so I just finished the prologue and the first chapter of The Raven Boys, and that was super engaging. And it was they just pretty much jumped right in for me, at least in this first chapter. I don't know where it goes from there, but this first chapter was very engaging, and it makes me very, very interested to continue on with this story. So right now, this is a high contender as well. I think this is going to end up being a hard decision for me. Next up, we're going to do Anna and the French Kiss. Okay, so the first chapter of Anna and the French Kiss wasn't super gripping. It basically, she's dropped off at boarding school in France. It was a very short first chapter. Compared to the other two, it's low on my list, but it's something I do want to continue reading because I think as it gets into it, it's going to get a little bit better. Most contemporaries don't have super catching first chapters. The Readers of Broken Wheel Recommend was just a little bit of a rare one, I think. But anyways, I do want to read this, but I don't think it's going to be my choice today. Next up is going to be The Name of the Wind. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter of The Name of the Wind. As I was reading, it felt a little denser than what I wanted to get into right now. It's very intriguing. There's lots of unanswered questions after reading this first chapter. So it's still high on my list, but I think right now I need something a little easier, a little quicker to read. I'm really leaning towards Readers of Broken Wheel Recommender Raven Boys right now. but I still have one more book to test out so far, and that is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter of The Unexpected Everything, and it's feeling like a pretty standard contemporary at this point from the starting chapter. It's leading into where the story's starting off and where it's going to go from there, at least in a short term. So I think I'm going to let this one sit for a little while longer. I don't think it's really what I'm feeling. So if you've watched the entirety of the video, you know that I'm highly contemplating these two, which is the readers of Broken Wheel recommend and the Raven Boys. And honestly, like, they're both really good, and I'm really excited to read both of them, but I think the Raven Boys is inching it out just barely. The writing style caught me a tad more in this one than in this one, though they both are really good. I'm pretty sure this one will be read very, very soon, but I think this one wins out for today. So it looks like the next thing I'll be reading is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these books and what you thought, so that I can help prioritize the remaining amount of them. Most of you have probably read most of these. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have an awesome day. Bye.